Hello, we are Team Baker, and we are presenting on the cost of asthma in Rice County over a 3-year period from 2009 to 2011. Through our analysis, we prove that hospitals' in-kind donations to Health Finders Cooperative are a cost-effective method for reducing uncompensated care. We start by identifying two key stakeholders, the first of which is the Rice County hospitals, and the second is Health Finders Cooperative. So starting with Rice County hospitals, there's two key hospitals in the Rice County area, District 1 and Northfield Hospital. The hospitals give in-kind donations to Health Finders Cooperative in hopes of reducing uncompensated asthma care and to promote effective asthma management. Our second stakeholder is the Health Finders Cooperative, which is a non-profit health management organization serving the Rice County area. Let's begin with the hospital stakeholder. We start by finding data from the Minnesota Department of Health. Beginning with the hospital stakeholder, we want to estimate the cost of uncompensated asthma care that accrues to the hospital. Using data from the Minnesota Department of Health, we found that there are 605 asthma ED visits in Rice County from 2009 to 2011. Next, we found from the Minnesota Department of Health that about 10% of Minnesotans are uninsured. Which is a conservative piece of information that we'll use to further prove our case later. We multiply these two pieces of information to arrive at the total uninsured asthma visits in Rice County, which is 63. We then go on and find the average cost of asthma ED visits from 2007, from a 2007 Minnesota Department of Health study. We multiplied this value by the total amount of uninsured asthma visits in the Rice County area to arrive at the total cost of uncompensated care that is incurred by the two hospitals in Rice County. To find the hospital savings, we need to find data about how asthma management interventions for low-income individuals affect asthma ED visits. According to a 2006 study from Peter Hauk in the Journal of Asthma, the provision of free or reduced cost inhalers to low-income individuals decreased the number of ED visits for asthma by 62.5%, which you see here. This study took place over a 5-year time span in Virginia at the Johnson Health Center. We chose to cite this study because we find it very comparable to the situation occurring in Health Finders Cooperative right now. We believe that a 62.5% reduction in ED visits is perhaps a little bit inflated for our circumstances, so we wanted to have lower numbers just to be conservative and err on the side of caution. The lowest of these numbers is 41%, or roughly 41%. We calculated this number and chose this number because it is the break-even point for the hospital's in-kind donations. Quickly note that the return on investment in this scenario is 0. This was an intentional decision by the group to show the break-even point in our analysis. If ED visits fall by 41%, the hospital will break even on its total, not just asthma-related in-kind donations. We believe that this number is very obtainable given the Hauk study that took place in 2006. And just to provide a little bit more variety to indicate the amount of return on investment for other scenarios, we also included 50% and 55%, which respectively had 23% and 35% returns on investment. This is obviously a very positive point in our analysis that definitely warrants more in-kind donations to Health Finders Cooperative. We calculated the return on investment by estimating the amount of in-kind donations from Rice County hospitals over the 3 years and subtracting that amount by hospital savings. So in the case of our lower bound, we wanted to make that number 0, where the hospital savings equals the in-kind donations from Rice County hospitals. This number is then this is the return on investment in dollar terms. Here, this category all through here. To present it in percentage terms, we divided the this row by the total amount of in-kind donations from the hospitals to indicate a percent return on investment for the hospitals. Now let's quickly look at our in-kind donation estimates. As given before, the blue numbers indicate data that we found online, so that's objective, true, tested. It's there. The green ones are extrapolations, or where the data was incomplete or required some analysis. So we saw that in 2011, the Northfield Hospital gave $37,000 in-kind donations to Health Finders Cooperative, and in 2010 they gave $28,000. To find 2009, we calculated a growth rate from 2010 to 2011, and then we're able to determine or project what the in-kind donations from Northfield Hospital to HFC in 2009 was. District 1 was a little bit more complicated because the data was a little bit sparse on this. So we found that the amount of in-kind donations in 2011 from District 1 was $20,320. And from there, we didn't know how much of it was going to HFC, so we calculated the percent of donations from Northfield Hospital that went to HFC and used that same percent in the case of the District 1 hospital. So we multiplied that percent by 20,320 to see how much in-kind donations from District 1 went to HFC, which we found to be $4,087. And we used the same growth rate that we projected earlier to find the other numbers in 2009, 10, and 11. We took the sum of all these numbers, and in the 3-year period, we found that we estimated that the total amount of in-kind donations from 2009 to 2011 is $95,710.